Hi, this is Dr. Fab Mancini, and I'm so excited that you decided to join us because today we have a show that's actually going to revolutionize the way you think about sleep. I have with me today the co-founders of the Anti-Aging Bed, John Baxter and Dr. Greg Carter. I got to tell you something. I've been a healthcare provider for over 35 years, and you've seen me and I've inspired so many of you to recognize that health must be a priority. And if you put health as a priority, you can pretty much do anything in life. But most of the people that I interview, especially when they get to be millionaires and billionaires, the one thing that they regret is the fact that they didn't take care of their health as they got older. So now they spend all their wealth trying to make up for the health that they should have maintained. So today we're going to be talking about the anti-aging bed. And the reason I'm so excited about this is because I'm embarrassed to tell you that I've been around for this many years and I had not heard about it until I became aware of it a few months ago, and it has changed my life. So John and Greg, it is so great to have you on the show. It's so great to get to know you as individuals. One of the things I love the most about you is your passion. But tell me a little bit about how this concept of the anti-aging bed came about as you guys got together.
John, go ahead.
Yeah, well, we had a mutual friend that was an attorney, and he lost a bet, so he had to bartend. And he invited all of his friends, and I happened to meet Dr. Greg there. And we had a really nice night, and just told him that I was suffering from neck pain. I'd actually broken my neck in collegiate sports. And that was 10 years later. I still had the chronic pain. And Dr. Greg had solutions. So it was just an amazing connection, and I've been with Dr. Greg ever since.
Right. And if I remember correctly, you've had many years of experience in the bedding industry.
I am considered a veteran of the mattress industry as far as manufacturing, innovation. That's been my primary motive, healing myself. So I had already ran at this a good 10, 12 years before I met Dr. Greg. So I was able to bring in my knowledge of products, innovation at a high level in an industry that's very large and very competitive.
Wow. And Dr. Greg, as I gotten to know you, you're one of the most revered anti-aging medicine doctors in the United States. What was it that you heard when John explained to you about his chronic neck pain? Because I know there's got to be a lot of people watching us right now that are probably struggling. What were you thinking that you were going to be able to offer John, especially as a solution when for 10 years he's still suffering?
Well, thank you, Dr. Fab. I would say that the hubris of the evening's alcohol caused me to believe that I could offer John a solution that he had not yet been offered. Because of my background in functional medicine, which, as you know, is the integration of sound, rational medical science with complementary alternative medicine, I felt that John probably had not been exposed to certain technologies and techniques that he could utilize to help to bring him back to a state of relief. So
and that's one of the things that you and I have had many conversations, how functional medicine is really taking over the healthcare system.
Sure.
Because we focus on prevention and we focus also on the root cause of the problem.
Absolutely.
And traditional medicine has been amazing and it has saved lives, but it's not really where the majority of the public is really struggling. So let's talk a little bit about the anti-aging bed, because I know that there's tremendous science behind it. So tell me a little bit about what are the principles, what is the technology that it has, and what exactly are we talking about when we talk about the anti-aging bed?
John, let me take this one.
Sure.
I would say that there are three major pillars to the anti-aging bed. The first is the introduction of grounding technology. Now, there are many exciting things that we discovered when we decoded the human genome in 1998. And among those is that this human organism is designed to be in near constant contact with the surface of the earth. Now, we, and I myself particularly, am almost never in contact with the earth. I exist in a state of suspended animation above the earth with my rubber-soled shoes and my insulated floor and my wonderful air conditioning and all of the trappings of the miracle of the 21st century. And as a result of that, we are missing a key component of life that we were designed or programmed to accept, mechanical antioxidants called electrons from the surface of the Earth to help to disassociate these esoteric terms called free radicals, which is just a particle of the body that is missing an electron. And as a result of that, that particle is acting in an aberrant way and it's causing damage to connective tissue. And by simply donating an electron from a source like the surface of the Earth through the anti-aging bed, we're able to disassociate these free radicals and reduce inflammation in the body, allowing your body to heal itself because it no longer has to concentrate on all these 5-alarm fires that are happening.
So that is the first pillar.
Correct.
Right, and we call that grounding.
Yes.
How do you see the grounding as you were looking at the science and the technology to put not only in the bed, but also the bed cover, which, a lot of people are now using, like me. When I first heard you speak, and I was so taken by your story and how you were able to design something that was really literally helping people heal while they slept. That's one of the things that I love about this. This is a very simple solution that we're not asking anybody to do anything different. Just either put a bed or a bed cover, if you have a nice bed, and let the bed cover do its work. What were you thinking when you were doing the grounding? What was the science behind it that you were trying to put in this particular bed cover that revolutionized the way that bedding and beds are now being used?
Well, it goes back to simplicity, right? No crazy diets, exercise programs, any type of daily supplement. The supplement is sleep. And basically, we had to create a conductive bed cover, not just slightly conductive, an extremely conductive bed cover. Uses this silver threads for the grounding technology. And when in contact with this bed cover, like Dr. Greg was explaining, you can start getting these electron antioxidants. So what we had to do was a lot of R&D, 8 years to be specific, day and night. Had to move around the country. It is a USA-made product, but I had to get real intimate with manufacturing at a high level, work with high-level doctors and engineers to get it to this level. But what you'll see is we created the first stretchable, conductive textile. And so it's not a textile, it's really a piece of technology. But as far as maintaining this grounding component, it uses the silver threads to pull this, discharge the body of these free radicals. So that was the opposition we were up against. About 10 different times, a lot of us thought that it couldn't be done. Some of the technology wasn't even available. So, it's just been a blessing to actually get it to this level and bring a simple solution to everyone at home.
To me, it's so interesting because I bought the bed cover and then I put it on, and I told you that first night, it was the first time that I felt like I woke up with no tension in my body, because I'm always on planes every single week. And so all the planes and hotel bedrooms, they take a toll on your body. And now I'm starting to travel with my bed cover because I realize, why not have this all the time? So I just got to say that you plug it in and all of a sudden, while you sleep, all these electrons are actually going into your body that allows your body to ground. Therefore, it allows your body to heal like never before. So what's the second pillar that you were mentioning?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Fab. Well, I'd say the second pillar is the introduction of far infrared technology. Now, Dr. Fab, that there's mountains of evidence to suggest that when exposing the body to a photo-optic waveform called far infrared, it stimulates healing by stimulating a part of your cells called the mitochondria, which are the power plant of the cells, which allow your body to perform at a higher level. And the utilization of far infrared technology activates the mitochondria of the skin that it's exposed to, speeding up metabolism and allowing for cellular respiration to be more efficient. The way that it's activated is actually by exposing a component of the bed that's embedded in it called the crystalline formation. And those crystals, when exposed to a thermal energy, reflect back far infrared, and that is what activates your cell's natural healing processes through the mitochondria. It's a completely passive mechanism, so we're absorbing mechanical antioxidants from the earth, and we're accelerating the rate of healing through the utilization of far infrared activation.
Well, it's interesting because when I looked into the science, first of all, there's so much science in grounding.
Yes.
And we've seen the benefits and the good that it does for the body. But number two, now you do the far infrared. which those technologies by itself are pretty, awesome, but I've never seen them combined the way you guys have, especially in such a comfortable, sexy, beautiful cover that is so comfortable to sleep in. So when you were thinking about the far infrared, what were you trying to accomplish in making sure that this bed cover had the best possible far infrared that you can find?
Well, it really is. It's an FDA cleared technology for one. It's a nanotechnology as well. Like Dr. Greg was saying, the crystal nanotechnology embedded. And it took a little while to create that. It's gel coated on the back side of the conductive cover. So it just gives a dual benefit. When we added the two technologies together, that's when we called it the anti-aging bed. The name just rolled off because the two were components themselves, but combined, it just gave such a different effect than traditional or standard types of ways we think of grounding. Because really grounding means a couple different things, but at a high level, when you've got these technologies working in combination, that's where we see people with like an instant gratification within the first night. A lot of times that's what we hear, sometimes within 2 or 3 nights. But really the benefit is we wanted a wow factor, and that's why anytime you say anti-aging bed, if you don't have a wow factor, it wasn't the intention. So the intention was to make something that would someone would actually say that it changed their life or say they had a really good night's sleep.
Well, it's interesting because if I go to your pages on social media, if I see the responses and the testimonials that people are giving, I was with my mouth open. I mean, people are claiming not only better sleep, but they're claiming tremendous amount of reduction of pain and all kinds of things that they're feeling. And I'm saying to myself, these are people that we haven't asked them to do anything different, but just put a bed cover in their mattress and then go to sleep like they usually sleep and let the magic of the healing power of the body take over, So you have a third technology that you put into this bed cover. And that to me is like the trifecta. It took it to a whole new level. What was that one?
Thank you, Dr. Fab. I would say that we could have selected any metal to be conductive, right? But we selected silver because it's well known in healthcare that silver used appropriately has synergistic effects on the body. And one of them is that it's antimicrobial. And as a result of that, by laying in the bed, you're getting the benefits of the antioxidant activity or the grounding. You're getting the benefits of the far infrared, which is stimulating mitochondria to help heal you quickly. And you're getting a antimicrobial component to it in the form of the silver thread.
So when you talk about the silver and then you put it through it, how did you come up with the technology to actually make it where everything is embedded in a way that it just seems like, to me, when I first felt it, I was so surprised because it was one of the highest quality materials that I've ever seen, for anything. And then all of a sudden I put it on my bed and I put the sheets on top of it, and it wasn't not just comfortable, but then getting the results when I first woke up that morning and I realized what just happened. How can one night make such a difference? And ever since now, it's been months and I'm like feeling younger and better than I've ever felt. What were you looking at into putting the silver component into this particular bed cover that you are feeling really good about, the way that perhaps is one of the reasons why people are having such success?
Well, we were just in the right place at the right time. We chose silver because it's the most highly conductive metal. Not only that, it had the antimicrobial. We just went through a pandemic, and through that, the people were worried about antimicrobial everything, right? We put the sanitizer on our hands. Well, we had a natural element. The element is called silver. And, silver has all these great benefits, longevity benefits, really. And, if you can stave off these different bacteria from the surface of your bed, you sweat a cup of water a night, and over time, bacteria and stuff like that. Well, this is resistant to those types of bacterias and microbes because at the end of the day, that cleanliness, sanitary bed cover is just a component of silver, and it being conductive. It just did so many great things. One of the cool things is it's breathable, right? It's not a mat or a piece of plastic or a vinyl type of grounding. It's actually stretchable. Doesn't matter the size or weight. It doesn't even matter the mattress that you put this on. So you get all these triple benefits per se while you sleep, and you don't have to do anything. So it was basically through luck that we got the antimicrobial. We talked about it, but after the pandemic, it became a big deal for bedding and either hotels, right? You're staying in another bed that's not your own. Our technology, you can travel with it. Doesn't matter what bed you have, but take it with you, hotel to hotel. Take it with you when you go on vacation.
Yeah. And, I remember when we first met, you were sharing a little bit about some of your frustrations. You've been in the bedding industry for a long time. You have been one of the icons in the world of putting together the zero gravity bed. And I mean, you're a legend in that space when it comes to mattresses. What was your biggest frustration when you heard customers come in year after year that they were not getting whenever they were buying all these fancy mattresses?
Well, that's a really good question, because no one knows what they're doing when they come in the mattress industry. Even people that bought 3 or 4, 10 mattresses, they come in like it's their first time again. So it's just a very confusing state of affairs in the mattress industry. There's very little or any technology other than the comfort of the bed. You're only talking about if it's firmer or softer.
Right.
And so the pain was people made claims about the bed sleeping cool, which weren't actually true. And so it was just a conglomerate of slick marketing. And with my pain to purpose story, I just wasn't into it. I stuck with it just enough to change the paradigm of the mattress industry, which it hasn't changed in over 40 years. So last major change was memory foam, and that was 40 years ago. And this technology here has some proven benefits, and that's what helped myself. And it was a selfish endeavor, but it came an unselfish endeavor as soon as we got the product launched, and we're able to showcase this and give it out and get it out to the world, because that's what really needed to happen, just so that people could see the difference between a commodity, which does very little, versus a health technology that at least supports your daily life and makes your day much better and brighter, makes your relationships fonder. And it's been just great just to know that people are getting such good sleep now, deeper sleep, faster recovery, better circulation at night. Just those things are just so important, and we just forget about it, that sleep costs the world $4.6 trillion a year. Lack of sleep, right? It's a pandemic on itself. And we chose not the easy route, we chose the tough route. And each and every day, it's nonstop over here. We keep pushing.
Yeah. Well, after 10 years of experience and, like you said, research, development, trying this, trying that, trying to put together a product that actually not only works, but it has never been seen before. So it's brand new technology. And I think that's why people are really getting the effects. But you did something when I heard you speak, that you kind of use a device where you were showing the difference in the grounding so people could actually see the benefits. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a meter. You can use your own meter at home, but we have a meter just so that we can showcase what it's doing.
Okay.
So we prove that there's EMFs in the air, one of the side components of our technology, that it protects you from the negative effects of our gadgets. Yeah. So we didn't talk about that as a feature, but that's a major feature. Your Wi-Fi, your router, they say don't keep your cell phone next to your nightstand, which is just about right. You just don't want any more interference to disrupt your sleep.
Right.
So.
And Dr. Greg, you and I were talking about how so many professional athletes are now using the bed cover now for a word that you use, and that is recovery. Tell me
That's
a
right.
little bit about what are you finding in your patients and so many doctors. One of the things that I was so happy, there are so many providers that are recommending this to their patients, like you. So tell me, what are some of the benefits that you're seeing in your clinic with patients over the last couple of years that this technology has really probably even wowed you, even as people were coming back to you with some of their testimonials?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we knew it was going to be good. We didn't know how good it was going to be when we disseminated it to the public. We do have a number of athletes, people who are in previous professional sports, people who are in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA and things of this nature, very physically brutal sports who utilize the anti-aging bed cover. And because it does enhance the rate or increase the velocity of healing, they're able to get back in the game, literally and figuratively, at a faster, better, and stronger rate than before. And it's been nothing short of amazing, and I'm a user, right? I myself use it. I work out quite a bit. I am in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it does cause noticeable effect in your overall sense of well-being, and that feeling of my sleep has allowed me to recover. And I thought what John said earlier, sleep as a supplement, couldn't have been more appropriate.
Yeah. And it's interesting because we're living in a very stressful time.
Yeah.
So even the fact that we understand that over 100 million Americans are claiming that they can't sleep at night. So it's one of the largest numbers we've seen. You mentioned that it's costing us, billions of dollars, the lack of sleep, because it breaks the body down. The body doesn't have enough opportunity to recharge, regenerate, recover. And in this case, not only are you helping people sleep better, but you're also helping the body be able to recover better and heal during that time of sleep. So I'm going to ask you one more question.
Sure.
And I want you to think about this for a minute. So right now somebody's listening to this and they've never actually been exposed to the anti-aging bed before. What is the one thing that you would want them to know after 10 years of developing this that you feel they need to consider in getting this anti-aging bed right now?
Well, I think it's for everyone. I really do think it doesn't matter if you're a child and if it's a mother that has a child with difficulties anyway. It doesn't really matter what age you are. Like I said, it was all proven technology with the gauges, and you can see this on our website. Of course, you've probably seen it, but I think it's really for everyone. It starts with sleep. It's a place where we regenerate. It's a third of our life. And if you're experiencing anxiety, stress is really easy. It's easy to fall into stress. It's just all around us. So if you can reduce that alone, any percentage point per se, you're reducing your stress enough where you're just feeling better. And too much stress causes other issues, diseases and everything else. So it really is just another way to take charge of your own health.
Well, I gotta say, from a healthcare provider to an innovator, an inventor, I just wanna say thank you, because you putting together this technology and developing it to the degree that you have, and especially being a product, somebody that uses it every day and has seen the difference, and bought it for members of my family because I want everyone to benefit from this. Now, Dr. Greg, the same question, but you come more from a clinical perspective. You have dedicated your life to helping people with functional medicine. You have helped so many of your patients recover from things that they thought they could never recover from. Why do you think the person that's watching right now must consider being able to get this anti-aging bed cover right away?
Well, thank you, Dr. Fab. I would say the main thing is you're supposed to wake up feeling relaxed, refreshed, and rejuvenated. And so many of us aren't feeling exactly that. And when you can find a product and do something ubiquitous like sleep, and you can feel that relaxing, rejuvenating, revitalized sensation, that's how sleep was supposed to be. That's how it's designed to be, and that's how it is when a person can use the anti-aging bed.
Wow. I just want to say, Dr. Gray, thank you so much for all the work you do. It's an honor to have you as a healthcare provider and a colleague promoting this world of functional medicine and anti-aging, which is so important in today's world. And for those of you that are watching, I just want to say thank you for making the time to be with us. I hope that you got tremendous energy. I hope you are as inspired and excited as I am. I have put together the link and also a QR code for you to just take your phone. Take your phone right now and be able to scan it and go to the webpage, and I'm actually going to give you my discount that I get, as Dr. Fab. So even you can put Dr. Fab, but you'll see that it's already embedded in there, because I want you to get the financial savings as you make a decision today and get your anti-aging bed cover. I want you to know that this is probably one of the greatest investments that I believe you'll make in your life, and it will be one of the ones that I believe can actually improve your health more than most things that you will find out there. So thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you in the next time.